Thanks to our colleague Sara and Aljazi. And you know, Aljazi, you really made us eager to go and try some of these things. Well, taking care of ourselves is very important. And we ladies, we need that a bit of a time from a while ago and like in the morning, in the afternoon to look fresh. And sometimes we don't have the time to do it all. So I think I'm going to try one of those to permanently see my looks. And speaking about looks and all of that, I know that the 7 pillars here in Kuwait, we are grabbing them or reaching to them. One of them is about agriculture. So Abdulaziz, it is important to see the agriculture here in Kuwait as we see it abroad. Abroad and even in Kuwait, this is like shows how like the modern we are seeking for the 7 pillars to the state of Kuwait to 2035. And now, dear viewers, we're gonna moving for our interview segment to interview pioneers in their field. The project Modern Sustainable Economic Farm is already executed to establish the sustainable environment farming techniques, especially with the memories in the mind and also the economic feasibility of production. This section of the institute provides already, and the previous project was already approved to improve and raise the level of the production in the farm, and even the integrated the manners with the project components to reach the optimum economic sustainability. This is a huge word with a huge impact also, Amin. Indeed, and it is a huge project. You know, this project will enable, hoping to be upright on the occasions of those projects to advance the hydroponics sector in the state of Kuwait and to determine the appropriate packages for farmers who own small projects, seeing that they can meet part of the needs of the local market. So how about we welcome here in the studio of Good Morning Kuwait with great honors Sumaiah Hussain, Research Associate at Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research, and Sara Aljutaili, Research Associate at Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research. And hello and good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having us.
You're most welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today on our show, Good Morning Kuwait. We already presented you about your projects. It's a huge project, huge impact. You are working too much hard, and this is our role today to share everyone about your work. So, Sumaiah, what about the project? What is all about the project, Sumaiah?
The project is about inland aquaculture of shrimp, specifically alvenomai shrimp, in brackish water. Meaning that we are aquaculturing this species of shrimp in chabbed sites using brackish water instead of seawater.
So this is like the combination about the projects for seeking the benefits also, Amin.
Yes, indeed. So Sara, I know that a lot of us really are in love with like a mawash and mrabian and all of those things indeed that need shrimps. So tell us about this project and the shrimps.
So this project basically adopted a technology called Biofloc, in which we have closed water system with 0% exchange, which is eco-friendly practice. And basically the water is recycled by the animal of interest, in our case by shrimps, to have a maximum production with the best quality of shrimps in inland, which is a huge achievement of the team.
It is. So I think from now on, after like when they are finished with their projects, our daily meal will be shrimps.
Shrimp for sure, mawash, mrabian and the others. So back again to Sumaiah. Already your colleague Sara mentioned about the Biofloc. It's like a new technique, and she mentioned about the advantage of this project. So as a researcher, associate a researcher, if I want to measure to ensure there is no infection, how can I do it, like the techniques, Sumaiah?
Okay. Since the shrimp we have are brought in directly to Chab from the origin sites, which is Taiwan, we presume that the shrimp PLs arrive free of all pathogens. So the only source of infection is us, human, going into and outside the site. So to ensure that no infection come from our side, we have various biosecurity measures, starting from the entrance of the hatchery, going into the hatchery. We have to rinse our feet and hands, and we make sure to dress in clean clothes. We wash our lab coats prior, and we shouldn't have contact with any marine life at least 24 hours before going into the site.
Yeah,
because
nice.
those like fish or other organisms like crabs and so might have pathogens carried on them. So we refrain from going to like fish market or something. We also have to disinfect every instrument going into the hatchery with 70% ethanol prior to entering and then once inside the site.
Nice. So this is like the thing, like you have to avoid any, we call it marine activities, even marine shops already 24 hours before that. And we mentioned, see a glimpse about some of the shots of their working also. Anna.
Yes, indeed, Abdulaziz and Sara, we have seen a little bit of the agar plates and how they are really checking the types of water, right? So what type of water is really used, and can you tell us the advantages
Of course. For us as a team to support Sumaiah's work, which is disease screening for the shrimps, we have to make sure that the water is in good condition to support those healthy shrimps. So basically, I have to examine the water in different stages along with Sumaiah's work by having water samples and then examining them for any pathogenic bacteria in the water. And because we have a very good team indeed, we had 0 incident of any bacterial diseases. So the water that we used, answering your question, is called brackish water.
Brackish.
Yes. The advantages of having brackish water is the salinity could be controlled by us because it has low salinity. Even though it lacks some ions, we can balance it. And the transfer of it is much easier than to deal with seawater. So in all of our chances are win-win situation. So not only we are taking care of the shrimps, we're making sure that the environment is suitable and optimum for them to grow healthily.
This is really great. I have just a little bit of asking you about the water. You said it really runs and comes around.
The target species itself,
yes,
in the environment that we're providing, where we enrich the water and we have to monitor it on a regular basis when it comes to oxygen, temperature, pH, and so on and so forth, we have to make sure that the animals are having fun. So by having a closed system, not only we are providing a good environment for the shrimp themselves, yet the shrimps are helping us into maintaining good water quality as well by using the biofloc technology.
So it's a balance,
Yes.
like a natural balance.
Indeed, they do recycle the water
Okay,
itself, which
nice.
is a win-win situation when it comes to cost, when it comes to eco-friendly practices. So as I said, it's a win-win situation.
This is really interesting, and I think you are watching the screen, and wow, those shrimps, and the ladies
We
are
see
really
already
doing
Sumaiah
that.
also.
Yes.
She is working here. Sumaiah, she's already checking in the lab. Sumaiah, how often you are like taking the shrimps for we call it disease screening?
We take periodic sample every month, divided into 4 stages.
Okay.
First stage is the PL stage.
Okay.
Once the PLs come to Kuwait, we have to screen them for diseases and pathogens coming from the origin country.
Nice.
Even though they come with a health certificate, we still have to make
You have to check it. What about the second?
Second stage is the nursery stage, which is a month after the PL stage. We just have to keep maintaining that the shrimps are still pathogen free. Then we go into the grow out stage, which is almost towards the harvest, where the shrimps are a bit bigger. So instead of taking a full shrimp sample, we take certain organs of the shrimp, and then we DNA extract, and then we do the whole PCR protocol.
And
The fourth one is the harvest, obviously. We take one more extra sample to make sure that the harvested shrimp is disease-free and good for human consumption.
So we can see like Sumaiah, she really loves her job. And it's like when you go every time there to the lab, even your colleague also, Sara, you're going there with this weather in any weather. I see you're doing outdoor also and indoor activity inside the lab. You have to do too many procedures.
This is one of the main difficulties in our field. It's having to deal with the weather and the weird sampling hours, because sometimes we can't take samples whenever we want. We have to take samples whenever is suitable for the whole team and for the shrimp, and especially in summer, the weather has to work with us as well.
So we are also proud of you. See, people, when they have, like, we have determination always break what we call the mountains.
Yes.
Break the rocks. This is how they are doing all the time.
Indeed, Abdulaziz. And as Sara and Sumaiah also talking to us, I really got a glimpse in back of my head of another commercial that they pamper the cows so they can produce the best quality of butter. But here, with our ladies, they are pampering the shrimp, so we get the best quality. And speaking about quality, Sara, what is your role in the water monitoring and maintaining that quality?
As Sumaiah mentioned, we have different stages of rearing shrimps. So whenever she has to do the screening, the disease screening, I have to accompany her for testing the water.
At the same, so it
time,
aligns,
yes,
like,
indeed.
Okay.
So we have to make sure that we take random water samples and examine them for a bacteria called vibriosis. And as I mentioned previously, we are very lucky and very happily to report that we had 0 bacterial infection. And for me to support Sumaiah's work, I have to report to her on a regular basis that we are on the same page.
Nice.
So alhamdulillah, so far so good.
It is a wonderful. I want to ask a question, but not now, Abdulaziz. I'm keeping that question, and you know that question, right?
So we'll keep it later.
Okay.
So we'll back again to our topic again. Sumaiah, we see already about a glimpse about your hard work, you and also your colleague Sara. Inland agriculture, it's a new technique, and Kissa already like following this technique nowadays. In your point of view as associate researcher, and you've been in this field for like long time, and you have too many things to do. Instead of shrimp, too many things you are working with your colleagues. Why inland agriculture?
Since all of the farmers, or let's say most of the farmers here in Kuwait, have lands in either Abdili or Wafra. So we had to develop a technique that's accommodating to whatever they have to work with. Because as a research institute, we just have to develop techniques.
Okay.
This is our role in society. We develop the techniques, and then we teach the farmers and locals how to carry on with this technique and produce a sustainable food source. And within the Kissa strategic plan is assuring food safety in Kuwait. To go hand in hand with the growth in population, and to ensure that there's no shortage of food in the future.
So it's like relates to the food security. So this is like we call it the first liners for the food security in Kuwait also.
Indeed, Abdulaziz, and we just, as we said at the beginning, it is one of the 7 pillars of agriculture and a security of food as well as water. And the food really balances between the vegetables and let's say the fruits and the protein from the animals, and shrimps is one of those. So Sara, can we also talk a little bit about how are you really the parameters monitored and all of those specialities? And the question that I have in mind, so you can answer this question, and later on after that you tell us the team. I have seen several ladies and I'm proud of it, and
this is your question.
This is my question. How many ladies, how many scientists or female scientists are in this team?
Yes. Okay, so in addition to disease screening of both water and the shrimps, we have an amazing team which monitors the water quality in different aspects, such as dissolved oxygen, pH, salinity, and the ionic balance on a daily basis.
A daily basis?
Yes, they're in charge. That's why we need, because we need to make sure that the shrimps are not stressed. Okay. They don't have to compensate in the environment. And answering your question, ladies are 5, I think. We are 5.
There are some behind the
of course, yeah, of course, the soldiers there behind the show. But we have a very productive team. I think the key to our
we
success.
do have
yes.
males in the team
Yeah,
as well.
yes,
It's not
But
strictly
females.
females. And we're really appreciative of everyone who's part of this
Indeed.
team, because without the whole team, nothing would have worked
Teamwork.
out.
It has to do with teamwork, to be
But
honest.
it's mostly female oriented.
This is the proud moment of mine. See, this is a very proud moment, because I know there were in the past years a lot of said ladies cannot go outside and cannot farm and cannot do a lot of things. Farming inside home, small farms with vegetations and all of that is okay, but when you go to the farmers in the fish states or the plantations of those fishes or shrimps, it's hard work. Wearing gloves, wearing boots, and wearing all those masks. And you ladies said, it is mostly ladies, this is what they said to me, but I am proud of you all. We are proud of the work that you do, the team. And yes, ladies, this is women empowerment.
And I notice when Sumaiah talks about the team, your eyes glued. It means like there's so many people who appreciate working with you in the field. So people supporting you, we can say all the time that one hand cannot clap. And they are working too much hard. Even you are here, they are doing a marvelous job there. So about their work, can you mention something about the tools you are doing? Like I see like the equipment you are wearing. What about the tools you are doing for checking for the shrimps? Tools, if you can mention something.
We have whatever tools I deal with as mainly it's dissection tools, because we dissect shrimp and then we take samples for DNA extraction and then disease screening using PCR and whatnot. So my work is strictly
medical.
Yeah, so it's inside the lab. People who work in chipped sites, the workers there, the heroes who sustain the shrimp cycle, like Mr. Lal, Mr. Vino, those they work with a lot of fishing equipment because they need nets to take out the shrimp, and then they need all of those
other instruments
that they know better about. For me, I have no idea what.
But I am also proud of you. We can say, Sumaiah and Sara, good times run very fast. We didn't fill the time. We'd like to thank you for being with us. You are our heroes. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Well, it is really a pleasure and an honor to have with us Sumaiah Hussain, Research Associate at Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research, as well as Sara Aljutaili, Research Associate at Kuwait Institute for Scientific Research. They gave us a glimpse of the future. And now, how about a break and then continue? Good morning, Kuwait.